Video tutorial, if conditional.
Teachers, what is if conditional?
If conditional is a conditional sentence. This is also known as conditional clause or if clause.
It is used to express that the action in the main clause, also called the result clause, the one without if, can only take place when a certain condition in the clause with if is fulfilled.
The conditional clause states a condition for a result to happen or not happen. The conditional clause also can come before or after an independent clause.
What?
It's easy. If you had studied yesterday, you would understand better today. In the first part of the sentence, we have an if clause, and the second part is a result this clause. So, did you study yesterday?
No.
And did you understand today?
No.
And so, what will happen today if you had studied?
I would understand.
Uh-huh.
That means that studying is a condition of understanding the lesson.
Good.
Another example. Pepe would have made it to class today if he hadn't been sick. The first one is the result clause and the second one is the conditional clause. So, did Pepe made it to class?
No.
Is Pepe sick?
Yes.
So, what would have happened if Pepe hadn't been sick?
He would have made it to class. That means that not being sick is a condition to go to class. Much better.
Why it is important in academic writing?
The conditional clauses are very useful in academic writing because they allow you to make statements of condition.
For example, if you are writing a critique, it might help you to say how something could have been better in the work you are evaluating.
It can also help you to make statements in your own work or to explain a situation that results from a condition.
Now, let's read some examples in academic writing.
If the author had done a more complete theory reading, the fieldwork data would have been better explained.
The article was very interesting and it would have been excellent if it wasn't for some mistakes in the grammar and the orthography.
This work would not have been possible if the government had not allowed the entrance to the territory or if the university had not given the resources.
If we had had enough resources, we would have done field work in other places, being able to make comparisons. How can I construct a sentence using if conditional?
There are some different situations. Basically, you should use the first one is if clause plus comma plus result clause. The second one is result clause plus if clause. So, pay attention to the comma.
The first situation is something true in present and future.
You can use an if clause when you know something is going to happen in the present or in the future as long as the condition is completed. These are factual ideas.
This is the easiest and simplest form. It is used to express an habitual activity or situation.
Dependent clause is the same as simple present and you have to explain in that way. The second is result clause and this is expressed always in simple present. Then you can also use will plus simple form.
For something in the future.
Yes.
Now let's see some examples.
What happens if you do not eat breakfast every day?
If I do not eat breakfast every day, I will get sick.
What happens if you do not study for the test?
If I do not study, I will not pass the test.
Very good.
Another verb form that the result clause can take is the simple present or simple future to express an established predictable fact or general truth. Remember, the dependent clause is always in simple present.
If clause simple present plus result clause simple present or simple future is like a formula. For example,
I will write an academic article if I have enough time.
if I read an academic article today, I can sleep all night long.
Very good.
The simple future is also used to express a particular activity or situation in the future.
In that verb form, you use the if clause in simple present and result clause in simple future. For example,
if I overlook the critical paradigms of multiculturalism, my world will be flawed.
very good.
Another verb form that result clause can take are modals and phrasal modals such should, might, can, be going to.
Here you use the if clause in the simple present and the result clause using the modal plus the simple present. Let's see some examples.
If my research is methodologically limited, I might get some critical comments from my evaluators.
Very good. It also can take the form of an imperative verb.
If clause is expressed in simple present, then the result clause is expressed in an imperative verb in the present simple.
For example,
if it's rain, stay at home.
very good. Finally, sometimes should is used in an if clause. It indicates a little more uncertainty than the use of the simple present.
If clause is expressed using should before the verb in simple form, plus the result clause. For example,
if anyone should call, please take the message.
if nobody should come, we will cancel the party.
Another situation is the untrue in the present or future.
You use an if clause when something is contrary to fact in the present or in the future. It is a supposition that it could do something if the condition were completed, but it isn't.
This is the easiest and simplest form. There are other forms we won't be learning today.
There is a dependent clause that is expressed in simple past. And another one is the result clause is expressed like good plus simple form.
Let's see some examples.
The first, in truth, you like that boy? Why don't you accept his invitation?
If I were you, I will accept his invitation.
Okay, I'm going to think about it.
What would you like to do if you have enough money?
If I had enough money, I would like to travel around the world.
If I had enough money, I would like to buy a new apartment.
Good.
Another situation is something untrue in the past.
You can use an if clause when something is contrary to the fact in the past. This is the easiest and simplest form.
You use the dependent clause using the simple past and the result clause using would have plus the simple form of the verb.
Untrue in the past. Now, some examples.
Did you pass the exam?
No, I didn't.
Sorry, if we had spoken about your difficulties writing academic English, I would have helped you. Now let's do some exercises so you can learn.
First, if I blank enough time, I blank a letter for my parents.
The answer is, If I have enough time, I will write a letter for my parents.
The second, if I blank a bird, I blank to live my whole life in a cage.
The answer is, if I were a bird, I would want to live my whole life in a cage.
The third, if I blank on the stairs, I blank my leg.
The answer is, if I hadn't slipped on the stairs, I wouldn't have broken my leg. Congratulations! Now you know how to use if conditional.